everybody, Trip Smith here, and in this adventure, it's our biggest one yet, you guys. We are making a blue water crossing from Carrabelle, Florida to Steinhatchee, Florida. We're gonna be like 25 miles offshore, making like a 75 or 78-ish mile run. It's the first big trip, serious trip. We just put out of a slip right up here at Sea Quarters Marina in Carrabelle, and we're headed out to Dog Island where we're gonna anchor for the night and be ready in the morning early so we can head out across the Gulf. When it comes to like the obstacles and challenges that we'll see this trip, well, I guess the most obvious one is we're gonna be going offshore making that crossing. We have things to worry about like weather. Tomorrow the forecast right now is 2 feet, like 15-knot winds with a chance of rain and thunderstorms before 1. So that's gonna be right in our crossing time. The next one being, this is actually a 7-day adventure that I'm beginning, and I'm gonna be filming a few videos, like when I'm exploring this like crazy spring that's out in the middle of freaking nowhere that but maybe a handful of people have seen. And we're gonna be doing some scalloping because scallop season comes in a few days in Steinhatchee, which is where we're going to be. So we have a lot of stuff on board. I mean, I've got my electric skateboard, got my guitar, I've got a paddleboard, lots of food, lots of water. We are loaded down for a serious like expedition, and this feels really cool. These are the trips that I always dreamed of, you know, taking and making happen. And thank you, Lord, they're happening right now. I'm very excited about this. Hopefully I don't lose my voice. I've had a really bad voice problem, I don't know, last several days. But I'm actually playing guitar at the Sea Hag Marina on like Saturday. That's in 6 days, so I need to get my voice back. Yeah, things aren't very tidy down there. They will be later, promise. And overall, the boat's not tidy because of all that craziness that just happened as I tried to leave my slip. Check it out. It's about to be tricky. About to try to get out of this slip here. I got a mean side current. The wind's in a bad direction. I don't have good pylons to tie onto. It's a mess. I've been sitting here for like 20 minutes trying to figure out how I'm gonna leave this slip. This should be very interesting. I would wait, but we need to go and get to where we're going tonight. Let's hope we don't put too bad of scars on the boat when we do this. I've got a plan up here. Let's see how it works. All right. So what's gonna happen as soon as I start backing out, my boat's gonna want to turn sideways before I can clear the slip. That's what I'm trying to avoid. I just have to go for it, see what happens. It may not be as bad as I think. All right, but once it starts, it doesn't stop. So you just gotta go with it. All right, taking the bow line off. All right, we got to go. This is it. Look at the speed though. And the boats are coming. Woo! That went 100 times better than I thought it was going to. I feel like a pro doing that. Watching trip. Fighting this wind and current is tough. I'm trying to tidy up lines and keep from hitting buoys and film and everything else, post on Instagram, all that good stuff. So if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, you should be. You can follow along on this story, and if you're in Steinhatchee and you missed it, you would have seen on my Instagram that I'm here, and you can come by and say, hey, follow my Instagram. Trip out there. Look at my hair. Good Lord. We are in luck, though, that today and tomorrow the wind is going to be at our backs. So we'll have a following sea. Basically, if you're going to be going on the water, it's best with the wind at your back. It's the smoothest ride. Okay, so it's gotten a little dicey really quick. That's what an adventure is, though, right? Whoa, big and rogue wave. Lord Lord, look at these suckers. Good gracious. Alright. You see what we're working with out here? We'll make the best of it. Find a cold spot right up there. We got the wind coming from this direction. We want to get like right behind that little spit of land, close as we can up there. Right. Anchor set. Boat's been tidied up a little bit. I'm a little hot, I'm a little sweaty, I'm a little stinky. Time to come out of these clothes and take a little trip dip. What y'all think? Let's get one. Woo! First one of the week. We're out here for like 7 days. 6 days. No, 7 days. 7 days of adventure. I'll check this out. Okay. Got the earth runners, but then look at this. Ooh-wee. Boy, that's how you know you've gone to like yacht status. Right there. Right there. That's it. We made it. Get these suckers off here. Now we good. It ain't very deep here, so we can't do no showing up. It's pretty shallow, like 2.5 foot. You know what? Maybe we should leave our shoes on. Probably like shells and sea urchins all in that grass. Yeah. Feels great. Ooh, we just want to get clean. I like being clean. Woo! That felt good. Always love me a good old trip dip. And while I was down there, I scrubbed around the water line because when we were up in the river and at the marina, the boat was sitting there. It got a little nasty. I don't like my boat being nasty. So I haven't eaten much today. All I had was 8 eggs and a can of sardines. Usually I'm done eating by now. It's like 6 o'clock. Actually, it's almost 7 o'clock local time. Time zone change. But for supper, we're having something special. This is basically the filet mignon of chicken, and it's freeze dried. Oh, this whole box is filled with freeze-dried beef, eggs, ham, and tonight's menu, chicken hearts. Woo, yeah. That's gonna be good. Work in a little bit. Let them sit and soak up that water. All right, it's been a few minutes. Let's see what we're working with. Got some rain coming in, just some light sprinkles. Nothing to be worried about. I don't think these rehydrated perfectly. No. There's been plenty of time. And the flavor's still there, still good. I just think all the different layers and stuff and chambers and stuff of the heart just isn't letting the water penetrate through. Some of them are good. The nutrition is still there. That's what really matters to me. Sure, it's great if it tastes good, but gotta be good for you. It took me a little while to eat them. They're a little tough. I'm ready for something else though. What shall it be? I forgot. We got a bunch of good food in this cooler. Well, a bunch of meat. This, my friends, is homemade deer sausage. Yes, homemade by me. It's just like ground patty sausage. No, I didn't kill the deer, but my father-in-law did, and I mixed the Boston butt with it, ground it all up in a grinder, and I eat this stuff all the time. I do 1 or 2 deer this year. This will fill me up for sure. All right, we're gonna finish this off with a little bit of comfort food. Had to dig into my old bag here. Bourbon barbecue viands, and they are fine. Not the healthiest thing, but they're good. And then some 72% cacao chocolate, or a little dessert. Pretty clean eating day. Is it really 7:45 local time? It sure is. Dang. Finish this, then we'll check the weather and a route. And we'll go over that with you guys and the plan for tomorrow. Check it out, folks. We're getting a sunset. Woo! And a few bugs too. Man, look at that. That's very pretty. Lucky to be here. Good gracious, that sunset just gets better and better. It's not really that bright. It's pretty red. Good gracious, it is gorgeous. I mean, yeah, you can see how red I am. That sucker is, man, awesome. All right, so let's get some power on the boat. And if you guys saw my prep video, you guys saw how I have got a new way to wire up my power bank. I'll show that to y'all. Back of my power bank, we got a light here. Basically, I just have a nice wire and a plug that is jerry-rigged on the inside of my power bank here, so I can plug in my boat's electrical system to this power bank directly. Well then, that's a little more better. Plug this in. Spin her around. Turn her on. Oh, turn it on there. Boom. We are drawing power. Now, cabin lighting. So now we're doing good. Accessories. Whoop, that's my wiper. Accessories are already on. So let's turn on our GPS and let's figure out our plan for tomorrow. Man, that sunset is killer. Ooh, and the brightness, well, that might work. So you guys can see where we are right now in relation to the world or Florida. And we are going right over here. Whoops. We gotta cross this tomorrow. So I'm about to go in here and see if I can put some waypoints in. This GPS can do a lot more than I can make it do. So I'm gonna see if I can play with it. I haven't played with it at all. All right, that didn't take but a few minutes. I created a route from Dog Island all the way to Steinhatchee. And I even, when you come over here, kind of made it a little bit detailed as we come through the channel here. You know, hey, not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, I think I like it. That'll help just tomorrow, just less to think about, and we just get on that course and go. It's about a little over 70 miles or so across there, maybe 75. And also that's if we go perfectly straight, which we're not going to. You know, in a perfect world you are theoretically, but we're not. So it's gonna be a little bit longer. We're gonna have, you know, ton current and wind and waves to deal with. You know what, let's go ahead and check the forecast and see what that's gonna do. Let me hold you guys somewhere. Fix our lighting. Boom, like that. Oh, look at that sunset back there. That is cool. Go to my app I've been using. It is called NOAA Weather. All right, oh gosh, special marine warning. See that red alert? At 8:43, a strong thunderstorm is located at 9 knots moving south. Okay, we're good. All right, so tomorrow, Monday, west-southwest winds, 10 to 15 knots, not too bad. So not directly behind us, but kind of behind us and to the right, to our starboard. Chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly between 7 a.m. and 1 p.m. So while we're out there, seas around 2 foot. Dominant period between 4 and 5 seconds. So that's not bad, I don't think. We're gonna go anyway. We just may not be as fast and as smooth as it would be if it was like 1 foot or no waves, which would be super nice. But as long as it wasn't like it was today out here in the friggin' bay, we'll be okay. Because that was, I wouldn't want 4 hours or 5 hours of that. That would be terrible. But I am excited. This is gonna be a lot of fun. You know, kind of a little bit of an adrenaline, you know, doing this, right? This is cool. This is some serious, yeah, brand stuff, right? Like I'm a sailor. So I've got this not a dry bag, but it's like a stuff sack from Sea to Summit. It's in a, it's a pricey one. I think my mom might have got it for me or something. It's freaking nice. Like, I'm gonna use it from now on. I used it on my last trip for my bedding, and I'm gonna use it from now on. I mean, on every trip or something. It's super nice. It's got a really nice drawstring on it. Like, I ain't trying to sell these to y'all, but I mean, because these people don't know me. I don't know these folks, but this is a nice freaking bag. And I have a few of their dry bags, and they are my favorites. So, but like I said, you're gonna pay for it. But if you use it, it's good. I don't want to be too salesy, but I mean, I have nothing to gain from selling you that. Like, unlike what some people think. Woo. Don't you like my gold sleeping bag liner? Ooh, that sucker's silk, baby. I mean, look at that shine, y'all. And no, this is not expensive. This is homemade years ago. Me and my mom made it. This was the color silk that was on sale at the fabric store. So this is what we got. One of my first sewing projects. Well, I bring this sleeping bag liner when it's hot because it's very breathable and very nice. And it's big and, so I can kind of spread out in it and stuff. But on this trip, I'm probably not even going to sleep in it. I'll just use it as a sheet, sleep on top of it. And I've got this towel. It came in the battle box that they sent me. It's really just a towel. Like, it's not even big enough to cover all of me. But, I mean, it's pretty warm, so I'm not really going to need it much. So I brought this as my blanket, if I do need it. Nothing special here. And if it does get hot, I've got my handy clamp fan. Where do I clamp it? Like right there. Blow it on myself. And that works pretty well for me, but I don't think I'm going to be needing that tonight. So toss it up here. Then two of my other important sleep items. My headphones, because I will listen to a podcast as I go to sleep. And then the number one most important accessory for me for sleeping is this tape. Yeah, I put it on my mouth and I sleep with my mouth taped. I made a video about it. If you hadn't watched it, you need to watch it. Changed my life. Been doing it for like 10 months now. Is that a big mosquito? Dang, sure is. Dude! Just take a little bit right here. It's actually like medical tape. Give me a little piece. Just put it on like a Hitler mustache, but a little bit lower. That's all there is to it. Now I'm good to go. Now I'll sleep really, really good. Alright. Good night. Good morning. Slept pretty good last night. I did have to close up things and close the screens and turn my fan on because the mosquitoes started biting. It's already probably like 100% humidity, but All right, it's 6:23. We're just gonna get rolling pretty soon here. Check the weather one more time. And we are going this direction, and you can see there's some rain out there. I mean, I'm not really concerned about that. As long as the water's fairly flat, we're good. As long as it's not super bad lightning, we're good. So, all right, let's get this bed put away. We still got 3 out of 4 batteries on our fan, so that's good. And it ran all night. Just check the weather. Forecast is the same as it was last night, so pretty decent. Right now, it is 7 o'clock on the money. So we're about to head out. You can see that on the radar, but it's not very big, and we're gonna skirt it, kind of, maybe. So, and plus we got this cabin here. And really, rain kind of flattens out the water sometimes, as long as there's not strong winds with it. So, we're just gonna go with it. Now, while I'm on the way, I'm going to have a few safety precautions ready. I'm probably going to be wearing my PFD. I've got my flares and stuff out here ready to rock and roll. Got my handheld VHF right over here. Then I'll be monitoring channel 16 on the VHF and jamming to some downloaded tunes because we're probably not going to have any service out there, which is all right. I think the boat's pretty tidy, ready to go. Set these darn yellow flies, man, they're out here. That's why I'm ready to freaking go. All right, we're about to weigh anchor. Party time. We'll work out this morning. Someone should really design a good anchor back. A good one. Something I'd like to do. This works. I like the bag method, but it could be done better. All right, the heavy anchor is going in the cabin. Keep the nose down. I'm gonna put this shirt on first, because if I do go in the water and get separated from the boat, I wouldn't mind some sun protection. It's hard to get this shirt on when you're a little sticky. Sticky, icky. All right, y'all flies. It's the end of you. Suckers are big around here, y'all. I'm afraid we hadn't seen the last of them the next 7 days, but whatever. Part of the adventure. And this will make my life jacket more comfortable because I'm going to wear it when I'm out there. I know that's something I don't normally do. Let's just say something happens really quick, like a line gets fouled around the prop or something like that. I need to go outside of the cabin. It would be smart if I was wearing my life jacket. So I'm just going to go ahead and put her on. Just make it a habit. Alright, got our GPS on. We go out past this point, hang us a right. Trying to get my revenge on them jokers. They got me like 3 times on my feet. To do a trip just like this for so long. So glad I'm making it happen. Thank y'all for being part of it. And also, I've got to give a big thanks to C-Dory, because they actually gave me a little financial sponsorship in lieu of fuel, like a fuel sponsorship. So they're paying for the fuel for this trip. So thank you, C-Dory, for that, because fuel prices, good gracious alive. We're going to cost them to do this trip like, I don't know, $350 or something. That's with truck gas and boat gas. It's crazy. We gotta get these prices back down, y'all, somehow. So if you guys haven't already, I would say go and follow their YouTube channel. It's actually pretty good. I mean, it's not like they don't do like adventures and stuff, but they post like these short videos about their different models of boats, and it's always fun for me to go over there and drool about the boats, because I certainly do. There's one they have in particular. It's like their 32-foot cat. That's like my in-game boat. I'm gonna leave a link to it below. Watch that video and then subscribe to their channel. They don't post a bunch of garbage or anything. Okay, T-minus 4 hours, maybe 3.5. We are going about 21 mile an hour. Or 20-ish, 20 mile an hour, 20.1 mile an hour. up, folks? Woo. Been underway about an hour. Checking in. Woo. The boat's riding really good, even though we're in some pretty nasty chop. The boat's riding really good at about 19, 20 mile an hour. The sun just came out from behind the clouds. We've been kind of chasing a rain cloud out there the whole time. That's kind of dissipating, and I don't think we're going to come into contact with it. We're good on that note. Woo. But it's crazy, like there's big swells out here. So you're cruising along at 20 mile an hour, and then all of a sudden the boat will slow down to 15, 16, and then pick back up, even though we're staying at the same RPM. Just all the big swells and how the boat has to push through some of them. I haven't seen anything other than a couple buoys, maybe some grass floating. Nothing else. We're definitely out of sight of land completely. Wouldn't mind a little bit smoother ride, but
all stations. This is the United States Coast Guard Section Mobile, Alabama. United States Coast Guard Section Mobile, Alabama.
it's a wild ride. That's what life is. If it ain't, you ain't living it right. Checking back into the 2-hour mark. Not much has happened. The sea state's maybe a little bit worse, a little rougher. We got some rain that's forming off in the distance that we're probably going to have to cut through. Fortunately, the worst of it appears to be off our starboard bow, so we're going to be missing that. I think we are going to hit some pretty soon, but right now it's been 2 hours and I think we are about halfway. Actually, we're a little over halfway now, so that's a good thing. Motor's running good. I just switched fuel tanks so I can kind of keep the boat level. I don't want one empty tank and one full tank because the boat will kind of list a little bit. Don't want that. Other than that, everything's holding up pretty well. Loving it. It's pretty exciting. I guess maybe one of the cool things are all the thoughts that go through your head as you're making a crossing like this. The things that could go wrong, or the possibilities for future adventures, or the things that you learn. There's a lot that's going on in my mind that are beneficial. One of the things that I do as a habit, just not intentionally, is I kind of role play bad scenarios in my head and say, okay, if this happens, how would I react? If this happens, how would I react? And I get a plan up in my head, which I think is a good thing. I do that about all stuff, like not only like when I'm in the water, but like let's say I'm in a restaurant with my family. I'm like, okay, what if a guy comes in the door, wanting to do some harm? Here's what I'm doing. Things like that. That stuff goes through my head all the time. But we're doing good. We're having fun. Pretty good now. You can see very far. But sometimes the rain smooths out the water and our wind direction changed a little bit. I think that helps smooth things out a little bit, so I'm not complaining. mean, we're not all the way there yet. We still got a ways to go, but we got to land off our port bow. Ooh, yeah. Not only that, but we also have crab traps we have to look out for. There's a bunch of them out here, and we're still several miles out from the pass, and some are hard to see. Luckily, too, the water's flattened out quite a bit, so that's nice. All right, now I just gotta watch for these crab traps. Yeah, they can be real tricky to see, and real problematic if you get one caught up in your prop. Right now I've cruised up into Steinhatchee and I'm scoping out the land because I need a spot to either anchor and paddle ashore on my paddleboard or go to a dock to tie up for the day tomorrow, because I'll be taking my skateboard and setting off to find some unknown spring. And right here is the city boat ramp, and I know you have to pay to launch, but I wonder what would happen if you just tied up for like 3 hours. What could they do? Write me a ticket and put it on my boat? I think so. They probably would assume that I launched with my truck and that it's one of them that's in the parking lot up there. Yeah. Now I got my anchor tossed out. I think those docks will work. I think we'll give that a go tomorrow. But man, what an adventure it was crossing that Gulf. That was so much fun. So tomorrow I'm going to be exploring the spring. That's gonna be in a separate video. Hope you guys tune in for that. Take care, get out there, God bless, and I'll see y'all in tomorrow's adventure. It's gonna be epic, I'm telling you, if I even find it. But that's what's gonna be epic. All right, see you, love you.